veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Seeking Brother Husband, Season 1, Premiere Season, Episode 4. Welcome to the Brotherhood. But before we get started, we're going to discuss Episode 3 because we were out of town last week. Or should I say, Mocha was gone away. Hey, Mocha, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So, you said that you were telling me earlier there's some things that you wanted to talk about from episode 3 specifically that stood out to you.
Yes. Now, Carl works as the buffer between Tiger and Kenya
Mm-hmm.
because Kenya,
That's the black couple that lives in Houston,
yes,
Texas, I believe. Okay,
yes,
yes.
they live in Texas because Kenya is still debating about the wedding, and she's feeling like it's his mother doesn't want her, but she's not realizing it's not her, and Carl is trying to smooth things over between the two of them.
Oh, about
Also,
that wedding, about
about the wedding,
the
yes,
ceremony. Yes.
and
Okay.
then Tiger is feeling some type of way because Kenya's ex David is coming for a visit, and he's saying that David is bringing what he's packing, if you get my drift, and
I
Tiger
get
is
your
feeling
drift
threatened.
for
But
that hot and heavy
Carl,
time. Yeah, go
and the
ahead.
thing about it is, Carl is not feeling threatened, and there's a reason that why Carl is not feeling threatened. Part of that is because I don't know if you guys out there have seen Carl's Instagram, but Carl has his own wife over
Ooh,
on the
what?
side.
Okay, so you got
Yes,
polyandry, and then you got what is it, polygamy, I guess, too.
yes,
So you got, ooh,
Carl has a
girl,
beautiful younger
younger wife.
chocolate wife that he's been with
Mm,
for a while. She's very attractive, very pretty chocolate
mm.
goddess that he has
Okay,
that
wait a
he's
minute. Do they
been
have
with.
children? Do these
They
does
they
he
don't
and that
have
pair?
children.
Okay.
She is very, very attractive.
I
And
know
so
that's
that's
right.
why, because I was wondering, how is this man in another bedroom? He's very calm and he's able to let them do their thing. The primary, even though they've been
Unit.
married 26 years, yeah, the primary
Yeah.
unit is her and Tiger. And I'm like, how does that happen? And it's because he has his own situation going on.
Oh,
So
okay.
I said, okay, all right. And then, they have
You
their
wanna
own things
sing
going.
your freaky kinky song right quick?
Freaky, freaky, yow. Wow, wow, wow. That's back to Rick James. Rest in peace, Rick James.
Rest in
But
peace.
yeah,
Yeah.
so he has his own thing going on there. And
Okay.
then so that's with the three of them, what's going on. And Kenya goes on, Kenya tells everyone she meets about the whole their relationship, which to me, Kenya's a lot. She's really a lot.
She's
And then
alive. We're
yes,
finding
she's
that
a
out,
lot.
aren't we? We're
Yes,
finding that out.
and we see in episode 4 she's even more. And then more in that episode, Kim talked to her friend Brittany, and they're having a party and whatnot. And then because Vincent is just he's just he's so heavy. His everything about him is so heavy. And then we find out that Patrick has 5 kids. He said 3 with his ex-wife and 2 outside of his ex-wife. But he said
Ooh.
his kids their age range is 25 to 35, and Patrick is 47. So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That means you
Oh,
had a
you
kid
know
at
what?
12?
Maybe it's a situation where he had an older wife. He married the first wife was older, and she had bonus kids. You know.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm hoping
Yeah.
that he gets that all set And otherwise,
Hmm.
from episode 3, it was the usual stuff with Noble. Elisa and Mike. Elisa is still really, she's steamrolling Mike. And Mike's mother's coming to town, as we're going to see in the next episode. Shara goes and meets up with another young guy that they go salsa dancing, and
Hmm.
then there's the party with I think her name is Michelle, which is someone that Kim knew from the past, who Kim felt the lady was judging her. But like, how could, I mean, you have a alternative lifestyle, so people are going to judge you. So you
Yeah,
can't
get
get
over it.
upset about it. I
No,
mean,
you can't get upset.
the
Hey,
lady
look,
wasn't
you
disrespectful.
could have a regular conservative lifestyle. People
Yeah,
still
and
have their
people judge
opinions.
you.
So
Yeah,
what?
you could say that you sleep in your bedroom and your husband sleeps on the couch, and people are going to judge you. I mean,
That's
come
it.
on. But,
That's
but
it.
when you have a lifestyle like this, like, what do you expect? I'm like,
What do
Kim,
you
get over
expect?
yourself. So
Yeah,
now that episode
Kim
4,
and yeah, Kim and Elisa get on my nerves. I'm just gonna
yeah,
say
they
that right off
really
the bat.
do. They
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 are
really
they are
do.
annoying Karens in this whole show. They're just
They are.
it's not their lifestyle even that annoys me with them, because I'm
Mm-mm.
not as annoyed by Kenya, and I'm not at all annoyed by Shara, but it's just these two are
Mhm.
they're just walking around being Karens and
Yeah.
very entitled in how they feel. But we'll go ahead and get started. So David, we see David, who is Kenya's longtime ex, makes an
Hmm.
appearance, and he comes in to meet her other two husbands, which is Carl and Tiger, as you pointed out. And
And Kenya she's
go
on
ahead.
pins and needles. She's hopping around. She's jumping around.
Oh
I'm
yeah, she
like,
was
what
so
the
giddy.
heck?
She was like a high school girl, like on her first date.
I was like, girl, if you don't put some ice on that crotch and stop it, you're doing too
Well,
much.
Well, she like you say, I think, and I don't know, I don't have a problem with her being she's a little bit performative, but I feel like some of these people that's just how they are, so you can't get mad at them. That's who they are and that's who they're
But
going to
but
be.
the thing
Mhm.
about it is,
Yes.
Carl, Carl, as you know, Carl has this other situation. So Carl is chill. Then you have Tiger on the other hand, who is not. He is very. He tries to hide it and keep it under. Tiger is not happy with that at all. He's threatened. He's really threatened by it. Do her and Carl sleep together? Do they have relations?
I don't know. I would
I
assume
don't think
so. They're
I
married.
don't think they do often
Maybe
at
they
all.
maybe they don't, because they did say the primary unit was Kenya and Carl. So whatever that means, that's what they do. But why would she be bringing in David then? I mean, like,
But you know what? She talks later in the episode about wanting that excitement that she had when she first met Tiger. So she's a
mhm,
person who likes that, like akin to someone who takes substances. They like that constant high they feel with that first high. She's like that. She likes
that's
that
it.
high of that that excitement when you first meet someone, or even if you've broken up and you get back together with them. That breakup,
That's
after you
something I
break up,
don't
it's
know.
like,
I don't know that
oh, you
breakup
don't know.
makeup.
Yeah,
Mm-mm, I
some
don't do it.
people
I
love
don't do
that break,
it.
like they'll fight
Mm,
intentionally so they have the breakup relations, and it's those
mhm.
endorphins going and all that. And Kenya's like that. She likes that, so I think
Okay, so
that's
she
what
just
it is.
likes what I get out of it is her and the other ladies on this show. They just like a lot of attention and a lot of hot and
Hmm.
heavy time.
Yeah.
So we see that happening. He comes in, he greets the husbands. I found it
Hmm.
interesting that the husbands were all the same height. They look like they're all about 6'4". I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Hmm.
They're very tall, and I think they're all
Hmm.
handsome in different shades of
Yeah,
chocolate.
they're
They're
all
all very
attractive men. They're all
all attractive,
attractive men.
all
Hmm.
attractive men. We find out that David and Kenya dated, yeah, back in 2009 all the way
Hmm.
up through 2014, and at
Hmm.
which point his possessiveness apparently was the cause of him breaking up with her. He had to
Right.
leave, so they broke
Right.
up. Okay. So I don't know. Now he's saying it seems to be a situation with David that he's taking care of his mom, and
Mhm.
now he has less time to date, and he wants an established partner in place. So he's talking about that he wants to come in and be part of this unit because he doesn't
Mhm.
have a lot of time to give. What did you get out of that?
Yes, that's what he said. So when he sits there and he's talking to the guy, and Kenya goes out to leave him to walk the dog, to leave him with the guys to talk. So of course, Carl, I love Carl. Carl is there to let him know what his part to play in this whole arrangement.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I would have loved to been a fly on the wall to see what was really said,
And
except
then
for what they showed us in the edit.
Carl, interestingly enough, Carl pointed out though that this timing is not necessarily good for Tiger, and he
Mhm.
explained about, Tiger wanting to have the ceremony and
Right.
Kenya not wanting to have the ceremony. And it just seemed like that maybe she was adding some things into it to maybe deflect from the wedding ceremony. Did you consider
Right.
that? Because I did.
Yes, because even when Kenya said to her trainer, she says, "Oh, I'm having this wedding ceremony, but I'm looking for other partners." All in the same sentence. Like it kind of
Doesn't
it
it
like
sound
doesn't make
crazy?
sense.
Doesn't it
Yeah, it
sound
doesn't make
crazy?
sense to
Oh my
have a
gosh.
wedding
I'm
and
getting
to
ready to have
call it a
this wedding
wedding.
ceremony with my second
Hmm.
husband, but in the
Hmm.
meantime, I'm auditioning for my third husband as well.
Third or fourth or fifth or sixth.
Fifth or sixth. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So then after the men talk, then that's when they go back and Kenya is in the house with David and they're revisiting their old relationship
Hmm.
and they're having a little bit of wine or champagne or something
Something
and
to drink, yeah.
she's talking about she wants something new with David and she's offering him a massage and has some body paints and she has the crystals there, and I said, "Go ahead." See
Woo.
Nicole from Math. This is what Nicole. You should be watching this.
You should be watching this because
You're
these women
watching
really
this,
know how to operate.
because this is how they get. This is how you get down. And Kenya got had her bathing suit on under that. I said, "You go ahead, girl."
Kenya
And
looks good. Like for a woman
she
in
looked.
her
Yes, she
of a
did.
certain age, she looks
Mhm.
darn good. And you know what I like about her? Her confidence in her body. That's
Yes.
also something that,
Yep.
speaking of Nicole from Married at First Sight this season, Nashville, I think that Nicole could learn a lot about how not to have body dysmorphia, whatever she claims to
Mhm.
have. I don't know if she really has that, but I think that she could learn a lot because here's a woman that has had three children in her at least over 50, could possibly be
Mhm.
60 or greater, and she's not doesn't have a perfect body, but she has a beautiful body, and more than that, she's confident and she walks around and she
Yes.
just kind of struts like,
Yes,
it's it's
she knows her
empowering.
sexiness. She knows her sexiness.
Sh-
She knows her power.
yes,
She's
she knows her
confident and she's
power.
comfortable in it, and I love that about her.
Hmm.
She does too much, but that's just some people just do too much. But I like her.
But you
I
gotta
said, go
like her
ahead,
though.
girl.
You get
Mhm.
frustrated with her, but you still like her because I
Mhm.
definitely like her.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna slip over to back in LA. Mike and Alyssa are preparing for
Ugh.
his mother's visit. Now, this
Ugh.
Alyssa, this is the one we're talking about. Alyssa, like, she's ultra annoying, but what can we say? She's on the show, so
Ugh.
we gotta cover her. So okay, no point in
Yeah.
sighing. But
Ugh.
Alyssa wants Mike to take uh oh, okay. Alyssa's telling Mike that she wants him to take up for her more with his mom. But my thing of it is now again, because we talked about this with Married at First Sight with Shaq and his wife Kirsten, and how he's
Mhm.
always talking to his mom and putting I feel like he's putting Kirsten down. Everything she does is not good enough, yada yada yada. I don't feel the same feeling about Mike and his mom. I
No.
feel rather though it's a situation where Alyssa, the wife, is wanting Mike to basically lie. Let's call it what it
Mhm.
is. I mean, if I got to put a word to it, in my opinion, I think Alyssa wants Mike to lie to his mom and say that these things are his idea, that he's 100% on board.
Mhm.
Is he on board somewhat to try to keep his wife? I feel like, yeah, he's on board somewhat. Is he really into this idea of her having all these multiple husbands? No. You can clearly see the look on his face, his body language, that he is not comfortable with his wife going outside their marriage and having these multiple so-called husbands. He really would prefer for her not to do that. But what do you think?
I agree. I think that maybe that for a for a man that young,
Mhm.
I think that possibly he could have problems with his libido
Okay.
where he's allowing her to do that because
Oh,
he
okay.
doesn't show any interest like he wants to do it from his end. So that makes
Mm-mm.
me think he could have a problem with his libido, right?
Or could it be that, I mean, and I'm gonna just step out on the ledge here. I don't know these
Mhm.
couple. I don't know them from a can of paint, right? But
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking that actually, is she just a woman that wants to have multiple lovers? Like you just said a moment ago, some women like that, that newness,
Mhm.
the newness of feeling of love or dating or whatever that thing is. But these people, in my mind, they're addicted to things that in a one-on-one relationship, in a monogamous relationship, you have to let go of that addiction and you
Mhm.
have to get used to what it is to just have a normal calm life. But now if you're addicted to that, I don't know, maybe from my perspective, okay, from my Judeo-Christian perspective, maybe just not get married and just date around. Like if that's what
Right.
you want to
That's
do,
what
is
mhm.
hump and jump on
Mhm.
every other guy that you say you have a feeling with, you haven't felt this way in years or weeks or months or days, like that. Maybe you just don't need to be married. Maybe you just want to.
I think the same
I
thing.
don't know. I don't know. What is it?
I feel the same way because I think too, and it's just it's part of me is as modern as I want to think I am. I think some traditional thing like if you compare her their relationship to what Kenya and Carl have, Carl's does his thing and Kenya does her thing. But when you
Right.
look at Mike and Elisa, it's Elisa does her thing and Mike is doing nothing unless there's something that I'm not seeing. But it just
Mm.
seems like Mike is doing nothing at all. Like she's doing everything.
In terms of the, oh, okay, right, right,
In
right. That's
terms of
why.
her going out on the dates
Right.
and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. This
If
is why
if
I'm pointing
Mike
this
was
out with this
yeah,
couple as opposed to Kenya
yeah,
and Carl and
yeah,
Tiger.
if Mike was
Those three
going out,
people
that's
seem
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
They seem
Yeah.
fine. So I don't have a
If
problem
Mike
with
was
them.
going out, then I that would be fine. I wouldn't have anything to say. But it's like she's really pushing him into this and he doesn't really want he's doing it to satisfy her. And it's like, why are you doing it like I mean, maybe he does love her that much to do, but I'm trying to
Apparently he
understand that.
does. Apparently he
But
absolutely
it's like,
does.
but then he'll do it in the cutaway. Then he's not that crazy about it. And now
Well,
his mother, then I don't.
it's double-mindedness, okay? Like you can feel a way and you can also feel another way. It's not
Mhm,
unusual that you and I or anyone else is conflicted about whatever choices they make in life. Did I
mhm,
choose wrong? Did I make a mistake when I married this person? Should I not have married him? But you continue on. My problem is though, in those cases, you go along and you figure out what it is. You don't have
mhm,
somebody promoting and giving you this propaganda and conditioning your
mhm,
mind and almost uh, uh, um, what's the word, hypnotizing you to believe
mhm.
what it is they believe. That's the problem I
Right.
have with this marriage. Is
Yes.
that
Yes.
don't come into the marriage and hypnotize me and condition me to believe that up is down and down is up, because
Right.
I don't believe that. But if you stick around a person long enough that has a mentality that is so different from your own, and they're very masterful manipulator, which is what I think two of these women are, and she's one of
Mhm,
them, right? Was it
mhm.
Kim? Kim's one of them.
Yeah.
So
Right.
does he have the right to make his own decision? And but we're gonna see. We're gonna see a little bit later on when his mom,
Mhm,
his mom's coming to town. So we'll see. We'll see.
mhm. And I
So
mean, we could talk about that just to wrap them up with it.
yeah,
I
okay,
mean,
go ahead, go
his
ahead. So
his mom
mm,
comes to town. Like they talk to the mom first on FaceTime and
mm-hmm.
tell her they want her to come and meet up with his family, and then she comes. They all meet up and they go out on a hike and wine tasting. So then that's when the mom just gives it gives it to him. And she's like, she asked them, like, is if you weren't, how she put it, if you weren't with
if
her,
he
or if
if
she
she had
hadn't.
if she hadn't cheated on you, if she hadn't cheated on you, would you still be with, and if she didn't want this lifestyle, is this the
Hmm.
lifestyle that you would choose for yourself? She wants to know,
Hmm.
again, like what I was saying, that on your own, with nobody in the room, when nobody's looking, what do you want? It's not about what
Right.
she wants, because this life is a life that you both have to choose, is what I'm saying. And I think that's what his
Hmm.
mom is also saying.
Yep.
Do you choose this lifestyle for your own? And we'll have to wait till next week to find out.
And it makes you think how many women get into this lifestyle when the shoe's on the other foot, when the man wants to have multiple female partners, and the
Hmm.
man will go out and cheat before they get married, and they still marry them anyway. And the women go into this lifestyle with the husband. How many of them is it the same type deal? That the woman
Oh,
doesn't really want
oh,
it,
I
but
see
she
your
does
point.
it to
And
be with that
seeking,
husband.
so in a seeking sister wife type of situation,
Right.
are the women kind
Right.
of coerced? Are they
Mhm.
cajoled? Are they manipulated? And of course they are. If you've ever seen that
Mhm.
show, and I've never watched it all the way through,
I
to be
I
honest,
yeah, I've
of
never either
course
because
they
it's
are.
got on my nerves.
But of course they are. Let's just
Mm.
be real. And we live in a patriarchal society. So of
Mhm.
course they are. Of course they're coerced and everything else into these positions, and they accept it. And I feel like, if a free person, a free thinking person decides it, like I said, I don't have a problem with Kenya, Carl, and Tiger. Okay.
Mhm.
So well, let's move on. Um
Okay.
After chatting, okay.
Let's go to Kim Vincent and
Oh, no, 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 no,
oh,
no.
yeah,
I'm
oh,
leading. I'm leading.
okay.
So, okay, we've
Okay.
got okay, we've got Shara. We're gonna move on to Shara. Shara wants to have
Okay.
a baby, like you mentioned from
Mhm.
last episode, episode 3.
Mhm.
She's met a handsome new man in the grocery store and has brought him home to meet her husband. After
Mhm.
chatting with him, she's chatted with him a while, a couple of months on Facebook to kind of get to
Mhm.
know him and to see if he would be open to the idea of this type of lifestyle. All right. So they, for the first date, Valentino is his name. Valentino
Mhm.
sets up a photo shoot for Shara and himself. And I thought it was actually quite good. They had a lot of chemistry.
Mhm.
Shara is also very beautiful, much like Kenya, very beautiful woman. Not the ages of Kenya. She's younger. I'm gonna guess. What would you say? Maybe she's like
She's
40 or
she's
late 30s.
42, I think. I think she's
42, right?
42. Mhm.
42. Very, very beautiful, very attractive woman. They're in this photo shoot, and I thought it was so cute. She said, "You know what will we do with these pictures?" And then she said, "I think we'll show them to our children and tell them that this was our first date." And I was like, "Oh wow, that's interesting."
Mhm.
So they sit down and they discuss how this would work, because he's never done this before and he's new to it. So she's got to fill him in on how this would work. What did you think about it?
I liked it. I liked him. He seemed to be a nice guy. They had good conversation and everything, and got along good. And I liked their chemistry and everything. So it seemed like they were a good match. And he seemed to be down with it.
Hmm.
He seemed to be down with it. So
Yeah, yeah, he did. He did.
yep. Now I don't know how if he falls for her, how that's gonna
How that's
really
gonna work.
work. Right. Especially
Okay,
since he's not in this hasn't been in this lifestyle before.
right. But as a
You
man,
know.
I don't think it'd
Mhm.
be too unusual for him to be
Mhm.
used to date more than one person. I'll
Mhm.
say that right there. Call me sexist if you want, but that's my thought.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, we're gonna flip over to Kim. Kim is going on a
Okay.
roller skating date with her new guy Ryan.
Mhm.
Ryan, he's an attractive older guy, thinly built but nice looking. He's got a cap on, but I'm assuming under that cap he's bald headed, but he's still
Mhm.
cute. Um, he says that he tells her when they sit down to talk after roller skating, he says that he's just showing up without many intentions in life. And when Kim says me too, I'm like, really? But you got a whole husband and you trying to tell us that you don't have many intentions in life? That's very interesting to me.
Kim got a whole husband, and a child, and she's a college professor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they
Remember,
have
she's
a
a college
child.
professor.
Oh,
Yeah, they have a
right. I don't
child.
really care about her profession
Hmm.
because to me, college professors tend to be out there. When I was in college, they tend to be artsy fartsy anyway. So I don't
Hmm.
really care about that. That's her professional life. As long as she's being a good professor, good for her. But the child and the husband, you're right. That's the thing. That's the intentional part. But here she is out here saying that she really doesn't have many intentions. But this is the lifestyle that she wants to live. You do have intentions, ma'am. You do. You do have intentions, and you're either lying to yourself, you're lying to us, but you're clearly delusional because it can't be both. It can't be that you have this intention to have this philandry lifestyle, but yet you don't intentionally think about it. You don't intentionally plan. Do you even use birth control? Are you going to have another baby? Is it going to be the new guy Ryan's baby? I mean, these are things that if you're living this lifestyle, all of the things that you do related to it, like birth control, who's going to be responsible for the baby? Who's going to pay child support? Who's going to pour into the child? These are all things that you would have to think about anyway in a regular relationship, let alone this
Hmm.
type of relationship. So what do you mean, ma'am? You're not intentional.
All I could see with Kim was the hard eyes the whole time she was talking to him, because she was enamored by
you
him. She was
you
flirting. She was ready. She was ready right
uh-oh.
there. And he's an attractive guy. There was
I
something
said it.
about
I
him.
thought he was an attractive
Yeah, he
older guy.
has
I
something.
definitely. I said,
Hmm. He
okay,
he has something.
he had a little je ne sais quoi to
Hmm.
him. Yes, he
Hmm.
did.
And he
Yes,
had
he
said
did.
something about he had on the white pants when they were at the party. 'Cause I know, or was it there? He had on white pants, and he had on those
But what does that
roller
have to
skates
do with?
that had light. He said
Oh, the
it was
lights.
something he
Yeah.
said about the white pants. I remember him saying, but he had the
Okay.
roller skates with the lights, and he was doing the roller skating and
He was good. He was
everything. I
good
said,
at
all
roller
right now.
skating.
I said,
He
all
was
right
not.
now. Go
It was
ahead.
not his first time at the rodeo.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely.
Mm-mm. I said,
Yeah.
all right. I said, go
Mhm.
ahead now.
I
I
said,
said,
what's her
mm-hmm.
husband's name? Kim's husband is he Dustin?
Dustin. Dustin.
I
Mhm.
said at the end of that scene, I said, "Run, Dustin, run!" And now
Mhm.
I'm saying, "Run, Dustin, and take the baby with you. Get full custody because she doesn't have intention. So run, 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 run
But
far."
Dustin had said last week when he saw her talking to him that he felt a little jealous or something. He said something to that when he had seen them talking,
Mm-hmm.
that he felt a
Okay.
little jealous. Probably because he saw how she looked at him
Right,
when they
right. And
talked.
that's
And
the
he
other
knew
part
that
of
look.
this equations is everybody like open to not being possessive. Can they control their emotions?
Mhm.
Will they not get emotional? Will they not get possessive or nervous about where they stand with this person when she's sleeping with someone else? So moving over to
Mhm.
shower brings Valentino to meet her husbands at the pool hall pub. The men
Mhm.
discuss how they feel about adding another man into the equation. um and I said at my notes, I had to say that I thought Valentino is very handsome and sexy, and her husband seems to like him.
Mhm.
Her husband said that he's a much better listener and more caring toward Shara than the other guy who just seemed to be kind of just smash and dash type of man.
Mhm. He
But now
I
the
know he
key
wanted
thing,
to say he was a bum, but he wouldn't say it. He
yeah,
wouldn't say
right.
it, but I know he wanted to say that.
The key thing will be if this guy is willing to have a child, because we found out
Mhm.
also that Valentino doesn't have any children of his own, and
Mhm.
he's very responsible in that way about
Right.
procreating just out of you know out of nowhere. He
Mhm.
wants to be a responsible father to any child that he would have. And so they're going to have to work around and figure out whether or not he's going to be a good fit and if he wants to be a father or not. Because if I were him, now I would absolutely not go into any relationship with her until they clarified that and he determined that he did want to be a father. Because when a woman wants to become a mother, that can be a tricky thing with a man.
Mhm. Yep. And he lives in Texas at that. So
Now where are
it's
they
something
at?
for him to think about.
Where
They're
are
in
they?
Atlanta.
There.
They're
Oh,
in
that's right. There
Atlanta.
are the couple that are in Atlanta. Very good
Yeah,
point.
and
Okay.
he lives in Texas, so it's something for him to think about. If he wants to
Right.
be, there accessible, for his child and to really be in his child's life.
Right. So, and like she already, we already wrapped up basically the ending with what we talked about. The mother-in-law being in town, Lisa being in town with Alyssa and her husband, and that basically the mother really wants to get to the nitty-gritty. And I love the way because her parents, Alyssa's parents, were also sitting there, and they're kind of like you can tell. I felt like I don't know. I shouldn't say you could tell. I felt like, and I could tell that her parents are the type of parents that pretty much let her do whatever she wanted growing up. I
Mhm.
felt like she
Yeah.
didn't have any boundaries, and she had her parents wrapped around her little finger, and she thinks this is the way she looks at the world, that everybody is going to want to do whatever it is she says to do, that they're supposed
Mhm.
to fall in line. And I'm just like, no, I'm not here for that.
Right. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you
I agree. I agree.
what, okay,
Because
what are you looking forward to, Roro? I'm sorry, Mocha, what are you looking forward to for next week?
there's one thing that we missed. Kim and Vincent go
Oh,
out on
thank
a date. They go on that mini golf date to talk because they haven't seen any other. They haven't seen each other since the party.
you. Mm-hmm.
So they go out on mini golf and they talk. Once again, Vincent is upset. Kim is a little aloof when she talks to him. And that's what he says to her, that he is no one's accessory. And I was
Mm.
like, whoa. But the thing about it is, Vincent, she's been telling you, like, you need to move on. You really need to move on. She's been telling you this. It's not going to change. He needs to move on.
Really? You think
Like,
that's
she's
how?
not, yeah, she's not going to change. This is what she wants. She wants another partner. She wants to add another partner in the mix. She's not telling him, you need to go. She's telling him she's going to add another partner in the mix. If her husband's okay with it, like, who are you to say, you know what I mean? You
Right,
can't
right.
tell her she's not going to do it. Either you're with it or you're not. Like,
Well,
it's,
that's what I'm saying.
you know?
These conversations. So here's the thing. So in a monogamous marriage, one on one, a woman and a man, they're married, right? And
Hmm.
over years, over time, assuming they're going to be together for many years, over time, people change. So it's so interesting to me that the consideration for this type of marriage, what happens when one of the partners maybe went into it fully accepting the lifestyle, wanting the lifestyle, embracing it for whatever different reasons the two of them had and each person had. But now let's say 5, 10 years down the road, they decide that one of the partners decides that they're no longer interested in this lifestyle anymore.
Hmm.
Because, see, I think that's what's happening in some of these relationships that we're covering. I think that's
Hmm.
happening. And I do feel like in two of the cases, the women are extremely manipulative. And to your point, like just like a man possibly might be manipulative in convincing a woman to accept polygamy, right?
Hmm.
Um, there's that happening too. So it's kind of alarming and concerning. I'm looking forward though next week to finding out what I think is Mike, Lissa's husband.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm looking forward to finding out what Mike is actually going to say. And when they showed the brief little trailer for next week, he said something, and even his wife said, "Well, what did that mean?" So is he talking in double talk? We're going to find out. Shara, whether Valentino, the handsome younger man that might be added to the mix with her and her husband, does he want to have a child with a woman who would then be raising it with her other husband? What is that going to look like?
Right. Mm. And we see what happens with, Kenya and David, the aftermath, afterglow
Ro, did you,
of that whole thing.
Mocha, did you see what Ro wrote?
Uh-uh.
In the chat, and I got it up on the screen now. She
Oh yeah, I
says,
see that.
so they only have
Yeah,
one legal husband and the others.
yeah,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of, sorta, kind of, sorta.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to
Mhm.
add real quick before we sign off tonight?
Nope, that was it. It's just freaky, freaky,
Freaky,
y'all.
freaky, yeah. Rick
But
James,
hey,
right?
it's women owning their sexuality, doing
Yeah,
their thing. I can't be mad at them.
can't be mad at
Listen,
him.
I can't even say I'm too old because I'm just a few years older than Kenya. I just
It's an
I'm too
individual thing.
tired. Yes, an
Right.
individual thing.
It's
I'm
an
too tired.
individual thing.
I'm not built for that. I'm
You're
not
not
built.
right. You're
My
not.
body's not right
I'm
for it.
definitely not built
I
for it.
can't even say my body's not right for it because there be women bigger than me doing their thing. I'm just it's not me. But hey, do your thing.
Emotionally,
Yeah.
morally, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to
Mhm.
put words in your mouth. For me, emotionally, physically, and morally, it would not ever be my center. It would not be my center. It would not be my choice. I find it interesting, and I wanted to cover this because I did want to
Mhm.
peep into what were the reasons, how did it work, and I'm finding the show is getting more and more interesting every episode. We've got only two
Mhm.
episodes left. We want to thank you guys for joining us here. We know a lot of
Yes.
you are not in the chat, so that means you'll be catching it on the replay. Please don't be stingy with your likes and your comments. Okay, so
Yes.
if you're hiding out, you don't want your friends to really know you watching this. Okay, well at least give it a like, a thumbs up.
Yeah, right. No
Nobody
one knows
knows.
you liked it.
Nobody knows. Like, for real, quit
Right.
being so stingy and cheap. Like, for
Yeah.
real.
And,
Uh-uh.
and also
I
shameless
feel like I'm your
plug.
YouTube. I feel like I'm becoming your YouTube concubine when you watch my video and you don't like it.
Not
I
the
mean, and if
YouTube
you don't like it,
concubine.
you can dislike it. Get some kind of engagement.
Mhm.
Don't be a old stick on the log, a bump on the log. You gotta do better. You guys gotta do better. I love you. I love you. I mean what I say and I say what I mean, but I love you. I love you because you're gonna come here and watch, and I know y'all sneaky deaky, what is it, freaky deaky, whatever.
Mhm.
But
You
at
know,
least
y'all.
do something for somebody else,
Mhm.
okay? Don't be so
Mhm.
selfish.
You know,
Yeah.
y'all know you're a freak behind that keyboard. You know you got a little freak in you, and it's all
hmm
right. It's us
If
between you and whoever's in your bedroom.
if
All
a
right.
team member and my good friend Roro for real can be here and show her she can be in the chat and she can like the video, you can too. Don't let Roro beat you at everything, okay?
And
Perk
come
up
over
and
to
like
my
the video.
channel.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Subscribe to me.
tell us what you're doing over there, Mocha. Because I tried to Ellen. I
I,
think she left out, so I didn't get to. She
okay.
didn't get to drop your. But I put something in there. Where is it at? But go ahead, tell us about your
I'm
channel.
come on over to my channel. I got a video up there right now about a 68-year-old grandmother that
Ooh.
had her child by a surrogate using her a donation from her son that died back in like 2020. She's
Wait a minute.
68
So
years old.
wait a minute. So it's her
Yeah,
son's sperm, but who is the
yes,
oh
a
the the the,
surrogate,
the surrogate that
a
used her
surrogate.
egg? Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
the
Oh
surrogate.
really?
Yeah, from the surrogate. Now the lady's 68 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now, grandma. And I'm a grandmother. Like, come on, we got to think about the
So
decisions we
now,
make.
yeah,
We
who's
can't be
gonna raise this
selfish.
kids? Who's
That's
gonna
what
raise
I
this
said.
child? Like, I
That's
mean,
what
like, yeah,
I
maybe, but
said.
maybe, hold on, Mocha. Maybe she
Hmm.
has a younger,
No,
another
she don't.
child.
No, she doesn't, and that's the thing.
Oh,
She doesn't. And the thing about it
that's
is,
crazy,
I'm
man.
so conflicted because I understand. Me having my daughter that passed away, and my daughter. Listen, my daughter left me gifts in a good way, not like Jeffrey. My daughter left me 3 gifts. My
Yes,
three
your
grandchildren.
grandchildren, right? Okay,
But I'm also 58 years old. 58
okay.
with the newborn, and it's totally different. So it's like, come on over here. That I got another video about Marcus Houston and his young wife, and then I have some other stuff.
Mm.
I'm trying to get to Right now my goal is to get to 50 subscribers so I can go live and do some live videos and talk
Absolutely.
about stuff that's
You
going over.
you know
So,
what you're
yeah.
gonna have to learn how to do when you come over as we finish this season up.
Mhm.
Figure out how, and I can't tell you because I don't know myself, but Jay was
Mhm.
here yesterday and she said something in that video, the Ready at First Sight reunion video. So maybe go
Mhm.
back or just YouTube it, right? How to
I have to watch that video. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet.
Okay, and don't forget to
Mhm.
like.
Oh, of
But
course.
anyway, but figure out how to set it where your channel, maybe once you get to 50, I don't know if you can do it even before because a lot of things
Mhm.
that I was told I couldn't do on YouTube last year, unless I had 200 or do this or do that. A lot of things I went ahead and got on StreamYard and I just did it. So I don't know if you could ever try that, but I would try it. If nothing else, I would do a test and
Yeah,
just see.
I've tried some stuff and it doesn't work. So, I know once
Okay.
I get to 50 I can go live, so.
Okay, well, we got to get guys. You heard that? That's our goal. We got to get Mocha to 50. And where are you
Well,
at
get
now?
me.
You're at how many?
I'm at 38.
So we need just
Just
12 more
12
people.
people.
Come on, we need a dozen people. We can do it. We can do it.
Come on, y'all. Just
Come on, we can
12.
do it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have some fun because y'all know I'm a hot mess. So you already
Mocha,
know.
Mocha, do this because I got to get out of here. We got to get
Okay.
out of here. But Mocha, do
Hmm.
this. Make something up for me, and I'll share it on my community tab, and I'll
Okay.
share it elsewhere on my social media, and you
Okay.
can share it
I'll
too.
do
That
that.
we're gonna get you to over 50. Okay, right?
Okay. I will do that.
All right. And on that note, we're gonna get on out here. Want to thank LMV, our moderator
Thank you,
extraordinaire.
Ellen.
We want to thank members Mocha herself, Mocha Mima here on the channel is a supporter and a team member. And we want to thank Roro for being here. I love you guys all. And please, we'll see you in the next video, guys. We're out.
Bye bye.